Greetings everyone, I'm RSV. Today I want to talk about the Codec weapon series. This weapon series is coming on the 7th, and well, we know next to nothing about the Codec weapon series. What we do know, however, is that the weapon series will be 6-star, will have more base attack than Evil Orbit, and we do know that 2 new augments are coming with it. As far as I'm aware, we do not know its potential yet. The main reason that I'm talking about this today is one of the 2 new augments. Yes, one of them is Nighttime Exploit, which will increase your damage during the night. As someone tried to correct me, they thought that during my headline video, I was saying the stats of the potential. Well, this isn't correct. If we look closely at the weapon displayed, we see that it has its potential and then a new unknown augment that we do not know the name of. For the sake of simplicity, however, I'm going to call this augment Lunafiv Exploit. And while we do not know officially the name of this augment, we do know its stats, and they are pretty significant. Significant enough that if this augment is not bound to this weapon, which is a possibility, this augment will be meta for the entire month. Well, assuming that you're fighting things that are seasonal enemies anyway. Well, it's likely that most enemies in the game in this period will be seasonal enemies. It is possible that some won't be, but I digress on that. As I've stated before, this augment comes with 20% crit rate, 15% potency, and 25% DR. Honestly, the crit rate doesn't matter that much, it's basically just 4% potency over time. The main reason this doesn't matter too much is because on a 6-star weapon series, your potency floor is likely going to be capped anyway, or well close to it. But let's have a look at the augment on its own when it's not bound to a weapon. Well, if you throw this weapon on a 7-star, it suddenly becomes very ridiculous. And in fact, if you can equip 4 of them, your crit rate is basically 100%, and we can confirm if crit rate is a multiplier or not, if we can put this on other weapons other than the Codec series. It is for this reason I want to bring up the idea that maybe this augment is only specific to the Codec series. And then on top of that, I want to ask the question, is Codec with this augment during this month period stronger than Kaiser and Rugged? Well, no. Being generous, let's round this up to about 20% potency, and ignore the fact that this augment will be replacing another augment. Adding a 20% multiplier will not help the Codec series keep up with Rugged and Kaiser. And well, let me demonstrate. The Codec series will have a base of 484. While you may not think that this is relevant, let's actually think about that for a moment. This max attack stat is less than Kaiser at 0 enhancement. At most, Kaiser has a max enhancement value of 671, with Rugged being slightly higher. Of course, 7-star weapons have 50% damage variance. And well, the thing about this, if you use a meta build, these weapons will actually come out at about 77% damage floor. And here's where it looks a bit bleak. At 72% variance, the Kaiser series has a 518.4 base attack rating. Keeping in mind, what we need to find here isn't this value. It's the average of this and the highest value. And more astute viewers may be able to see where I'm going with this. If you add 20% of 484 onto 484, you're adding an extra 96 attack power, sure. Let's again be fair and round this up to 100. So we're again at 584 attack power. Now here's the problem with that. The average of the Kaiser weapon series is still greater than this value. And while this is not necessarily a big difference, in this case being a measly difference of 10 base points, in reality it is quite a bit higher than this, and also due to the fact that Kaiser comes with its own crit rate as well. Due to Kaiser's lower potency floor, crit rate has a stronger effect on the Kaiser series than it would a 6-star series that has a higher potency floor. So all of these things in mind, the Codec series is a good replacement for the month and will be really helpful for new players. New players will be supported by this series, especially if this augment is locked to the Codec series, because personally I do not see SEGA having this new augment be usable on all parts of equipment. We would immediately hit very close to 100% crit rate, and I do not think that this level of power scaling, albeit for a month, is on the cards for them. Not only that, it would really shape up the market for the month, as potency floor augments would plummet. So I think it's highly likely that this augment will be tied to this weapon only. But what do you think? Am I completely off the base on this? Or do you think that this augment will also be tied to this weapon? Let me know down in the comments below. But I've been RSV, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.